Shemaiah. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. And hey, man, it's all hell breaking loose in these last days, man. It's wars going on, there's famine on the rise. And what are you doing to make your calling and election sure? We're supposed to be fasting, praying, studying, repenting, and dwelling in these scriptures, man. So I'm going to start off with Romans 13 and 11. Because, hey, all hell is breaking loose in these last days, man. And we want to be prepared. So this Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake up out of sleep. Now that time is talking about the last days. And if you look around, you can see we in the last days, man. And let me go back and say, in that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake up out of sleep. Now, we got to wake up, man. You got Jake out here worrying about where they going on vacation. Eve want to have a hot girl summer, man. It's not time for that, man. That's wickedness and folly. We gotta forsake those ways and repent. It's time to watch and see what's going on in this world. Because, hey, Yahweh Shai, he's coming back, man. And he's slaying 2/3 in these other nations, man. So we got to be prepared in these last days. Let me go back. It says, for now our salvation is nearer than we believe. Now our salvation, man, he's coming back to save the righteous, the elect, the 1/3. And we want to be saved out here, man. So we got to be watching. We got to be doing all the things that we can to make our calling and election sure. Now let me go to Mark. Hey, it's prophecies coming around, man. It's all prophecies. Let me go to Matthew real quick. Let me go to Matthew. Because this war is on the rise, man. I know y'all see Israel and Gaza, man, they going back and forth. You got Ukraine and Russia, that's still going on. That's still in effect, man. You got China and Taiwan, they brewing up against each other, man. It's wars and rumors of war going on right now. Let me pull that out the scriptures. In Matthew 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. So all these things, they must come to pass first before Yahweh Shai comes back and save the righteous elect. And let me go to verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So all these things, they must come to pass before Yahweh Shai comes back and save the righteous. So what are you gonna do to get saved out of this thing, man? You gotta stay in the spirit, man. You gotta be studying, fasting, praying. Cause the end, hey, we in the end, man. Let me pull that in Ezekiel. Man. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 6. An end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. So, man, we in the last days, man. You need to be watching because the end is watching for you. Do you want to get caught out here doing folliness when Yahweh Shai comes back? We need to be abiding in these scriptures, man. Dwelling in these scriptures, studying, trying to make our calling sure. You don't want to be lukewarm in this thing. Let me pull that. You don't want to be lukewarm in this thing, man. It's Revelation. Chapter 3 and verse 16. Let me start at 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. So you don't want to be lukewarm in this thing, man. You either in or you out of this thing, man. You either on fire or you cold. You can't be lukewarm in this thing, man, or you gonna get spewed out. So let me pull this real quick, because we in the last days, man. And we need to be watching, because Yahweh Shai, he coming back like a thief in the night, man. And you don't want to get caught lacking when he come back. Trust me. I'm gonna pull that. That's 1 Thessalonians. This 1 Thessalonians. Salakia. This 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 2. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So he's coming as a thief in the night. And the thief in the night, he's coming when you least expect it, man. You're not gonna be expecting no thief to come. He's coming when you least expect it. You probably sleeping, or you probably going out somewhere doing folliness in the club or something, man. Let me go to let me jump down to verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So we need to be watching in these last days, man. We can't be doing no folliness. We need to be watching and looking out for these prophecies, because they must come to pass before Yahweh Shai comes back, and we want to be saved out of that thing, man. Let me pull this, man, because he's coming as a thief in the night, and you want to be prepared, man. You don't want to be caught sleeping in those days, or it's gonna be all hell breaking loose, man. You're going to have to deal with it. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord thou come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and not have suffered his house to be broken up. Now on the spiritual level, that good man, it's us. We got to be watching for Yahweh Shai to come back. Because if he would have known that thief was coming, he would be prepared and not have his house spoiled, man. He probably would fight off that man. He would probably fight off that man. But since he wasn't watching, he had his house spoiled. He was robbed basically. But if we watching for Yahweh Shai to come back, hey man, we be doing everything we need to be doing so he'll find us righteous in those days. Because you don't want to hear it, depart from me, I never knew you. That's the scariest thing I can hear, man. And we not trying to hear that, man. And let me go back to that. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known and what watch would... Salakia. This Matthew 24 and 43. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known and what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Salaki. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. So you don't want to be lukewarm and slacking in this thing, man. You don't want to be slothful in this thing, man. You want to be abiding these scriptures and doing everything you can, man. Studying, praying, fasting, repenting, building up your faith in the spirit, man. Let me pull this real quick. We're gonna stay at Matthew 24 and jump to 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So, man, in these last days, they're gonna call peace. Let me pull that. They're gonna call peace and safety like everything all good. Cause you see, they got they trying to pull the corona. You can get this vaccine. You can take your mask off. Everything will go back to normal. Ain't nothing going back to normal, man. Let me pull that as in 1 Thessalonians, man. Cause they're gonna call peace and safety like everything all good. Bear with me. Let me find this real quick. Salakia. It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come up upon them. So everybody gonna think everything all good, everything peace and everything calm. This corona thing is past us now. We can go back to normal. We can go back into these stores and do folliness and wickedness. But hey, man, as soon as they think peace and safety, Yahweh Shai is coming back, and there's gonna be sudden destruction, man. And let me finish that. As travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So like a woman that has a child, hey, she's going through pain and labor, man. She's going through it, man. And hey, they should not escape that judgment that's coming. So let me go back to Matthew 24, and we're gonna start at 38. For as in the days of Noah, Salakia, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Now, if you go back into Genesis, hey, Noah was prophesying that the flood was coming, that the rain was coming. But man, they didn't want to listen to Noah, man. They didn't think that they didn't think that rain was coming, man. That's like we prophesying that these nukes is coming and then we gonna be saved by the chariots, man. We tell people that they don't want to listen, man. They think that's so far fetched, man. It just can't be. And that's what Noah was going through, man. They didn't want to listen, man. And hey, and it say into the day that Noah entered into the ark. So when Noah entered into the ark, that's when they start believing, man. It was already too late though. It was too, he tried to tell them it was too late. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So hey man, if you're not focusing, paying attention to everything that's going on, man, and watching, hey, sudden destruction is gonna come upon you, man. The prophets. The Most High put the spirit on the prophets to go out and prophesy and warn you about these things that's coming to pass, man. Just like Noah prophesied that destruction was coming. Hey, we out here prophesying that destruction is coming to Babylon and all these other nations, man. So you need to be prepared, man. You need to be focusing, doing everything you can in these last days. Now let me pull this. Cause hey man, you don't want to be sleeping those days. You don't want to be slacking. Let me pull that in Mark. This Mark 13 and 35. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh. Now that master, that's Yahweh Shai. And gave authority to his servants and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Salakia. Let me go. That was 34. Let me go to 35. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at even or at midnight or at the cock crowing or in the morning, lest suddenly he find you sleeping. Hey man, you don't want to be sleeping when he come back, man, because you don't know when he's coming back. So you want to always be prepared. And I say unto all, watch. So we need to be watching in these last days, man. We need to be doing everything we can. I can't stress that enough, man. We got to be doing everything we can to make our election sure. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.